Up March 20th. Okay. Hmm. Interesting. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Oh, that's what it is. Okay, you can hear me. Great. Make sure you hit the like button. I do not know. Maybe I just need to figure out my yeah, I need there's some technical things I need to figure out. Make sure you hit the like button. Obviously, we've been having some technical issues. So we got to get to these questions as quickly as possible. Um oh, so I started oh, okay. So I don't know. I don't know whose questions you guys actually heard because I was talking for a while. It's a little bit blurry. How's it now? Can you see me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Let me know and hit the like button. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Blurry. Huh. Poor connection. Yeah, that's probably what it is. What? Okay. Huh. Interesting. That is so weird. I do not know what's going on, guys. Bear with me. Thank you all. I'm gonna figure this out. I promise. I think I gotta kick whoever I'm using right now. I'm not gonna say their name. Free advertising for them. But I'm gonna kick them to the curb. We're gonna get rid of them. I promise. Because we this has happened a few times. This has happened a couple times. And I'm sick of it. Make sure you hit the like button as you come in. But you know what that does? It's like, we have this call is a little more intimate for now until more people join. So um, I'm just gonna start answering the questions. I was talking for a while. I didn't recognize it was disconnected, so I was answering a lot of questions. So make sure you type your questions again. If I didn't answer your question, or if you didn't hear your question being answered, just drop it again. Drop your question again, and we'll just answer it. Thank you all for being with me. Thank you for your patience. We will figure this thing out. I love you guys. I appreciate it. Shout out to Daisy. I know you were in the last one. So shout out to you. Welcome. All right. So let's do it. Let's just hop in. Knock on wood. We don't have any more issues. Let's just hop into it. Okay. The first question is from Skipati. I dated a girl for 1.5 months. A month later, she started flirting with the backup guy, who is less conventionally attractive than me. Now they are dating. Do you think it's a rebound? Well, you can't call it a rebound if you only dated for a month and a half. Okay. So that tells me that in that month and a half, you were likely doing things that um, were not attractive or not conveying you in an attractive way. And what are some of those things? So, specifically, women find extremely attractive in men is confidence. So if you're lacking confidence in yourself, if you don't have a purpose, a vision for your life of where you're going, what you want to do, what you want to achieve, typically these are the types of things that seep into how you show up in a relationship. And eventually your woman is going to get turned off. So a month and a half is just not long or substantial enough. So at this point, she is likely with this other guy. I can't call it a rebound because you guys just weren't together long enough. Kruger Nowicki says, of course, my question starts lagging. It's an Xbox and electric scooter. Oh, that's substantial. Yeah, I would pick those up. I would definitely, you can reach out to her and pick up your Xbox and scooter. Yeah, those are worth picking up, my friend, for sure. Latina says, did you miss me? Of course. Of course. Glad to have you back, Latina. What's your actual name? I'm not, maybe your name's Latina, but I don't know. I don't think it is. But anyway, Amalik says my ex-girlfriend came back for sex last 2 weeks, but I didn't give her. Was I wrong? Well, it depends on what you want. Obviously, sex is a way to build intimacy and connection, but if you guys are skipping steps, right? So she doesn't want to spend time with you. She doesn't want to go on dates. She's not open to you guys, developing the relationship, and she just want to hook up. Yeah, and that's a fine decision, but I will tell you, you know, sex can bring you two closer together, but it is a fine stance that you decided to walk away. All right. As long as you communicated what you're after, you say, hey, that's awesome. I think you're beautiful. Obviously, I would love to have sex with you, but I want more than just a sexual relationship. And so if you're not open to dating, I gotta go find love somewhere else. That's fine. Okay, let's see. Next question. Dun, 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 dun. It's good to have everyone back, or we're starting to get people back. Make sure you hit the like button. So it I think it's gonna notify people, and they're gonna see me pop up on their YouTube. So please do me a favor, hit the like button if you haven't already. Thank you. If you want to support the channel, make sure that you send a super chat. It does mean a lot. It truly, truly does make a difference. Thank you. Okay. Or the stickers or all that stuff. Okay. I appreciate it. Or if you want your question to skip the line, I definitely prioritize the super chats. All right. Next question is from. Hmm. Hey, welcome back. Hey to everyone saying hey. Wade says you're back. Happy spring to everyone from Pennsylvania. Awesome. Thank you, Wade. There's a rectangular. Is there still a rectangular shape blocking my face? Is that still a thing? Someone said that earlier. Let me know. Audio quality is better. Okay, so we're good. So can you guys see me and hear me? I came forward and I'm gonna go back. Can you see me and hear me? We good? Let me know and then I'll hop back to the questions. Thank you guys. Make sure you hit the like button if you haven't already. Uh-oh. Yes. Okay. Somebody confirmed. Thank you. I need the confirmation because obviously, like I said, I need to get a new internet provider. All right. Next question from Jay Thomas. Been in no contact and radio silent with my ex for a month. Good job. I posted a picture on Instagram yesterday and my ex blocked me. What do you mean? Did I mess up? No, you didn't. That is basically your ex is upset because you haven't reached out to them, and obviously you're still living your life. You're still moving forward and enjoying yourself. So amazing. If they didn't care anything about you, they would be able to handle seeing one picture update from you. So that's a good sign. You didn't mess anything up. You're just living your life as you should. Good job. All right, let's see. Let's get to the next question here. Uh what what to do if you broke up 2 months, no contact in real life with a fighting conversation? I'm not sure what you mean. Like what do you mean? Are you saying you broke up 2 months ago, no contact in real life? So yeah, I'm lost. You gotta clear up your question. I'm not sure what you mean. Okay. Do you mean that no contact in real life? So are you texting her, or are you saying that you were in a virtual relationship? See how my brain is like. You got to give me clarity. Tell me exactly what you mean. I'm not sure what you mean. Okay. Gene says, "Glad I found you. Thanks for your advice. Thank you. And I hope it. I hope I said this last time on the first stream, but in case you weren't here, but I truly hope it comes through. And in the videos that I make in these live sessions, that I truly wish the best for each and every one of you. I want you to get the outcomes that you want, either with your ex or with someone new. My job, as I see it as a coach, is to remind you of your value, because a lot of times in breakups you tend to forget. So that's what I think my job is, and so to support you, to remind you that you deserve someone who's head over heels about you. And you do. Okay. And I'm going to hold you to it. I'm not going to allow you to accept anything less. Breadcrumbs are not going to cut it. So I hope that comes off that I truly do care about you guys. So I hope you are sticking to no contact. Worst case, if your ex doesn't recognize your value, then we're gonna find someone better than your ex. Okay, let's see. Mm-mm. That's the name. Says, I'm in no contact. I have to make monthly payments for something he bought on my credit. Okay. And he pays me. Okay. Next payment is due Friday. Should I ask how he's doing when I text or just remind him that a payment is due? Well, what I would suggest is you either try to get a lump sum. I mean, how much are we talking about here? If it's something he can afford, I would get a lump sum so it's a one and done, and you're not constantly breaking no contact because you have to. Or organize some kind of automatic payment schedule to where maybe he pays you once a month on a specific date, for example, first of every month. So you don't have to constantly reach out to him, because doing that is, affecting your no contact process. So I wouldn't want you to continuously have to reach out to him. So that being said, with the situation that you're facing, no, I wouldn't say ask how he's doing. I would be trying to organize and orchestrate a fixed payment schedule. Okay. That's what you should be doing. You want to give him space, give him a lot of space so he can actually miss you when you're gone. Okay. Make sure you hit the like button as you come in. Thank you guys. Daisy says, "I love to see you, Coach." And you know what? There's some names that I see all the time in the comments, and if I haven't been able to respond to your comments that you leave on videos, trust me, I do see them. And I really, really do appreciate them. I am trying. I'm a one man show. I'm a one man band. Okay, so that's the only reason. But I thank you. Daisy's one of the names that I see all the time. Thank you so much for your support, Daisy. And I hope that this breakup journey is getting easier for you. Okay, we got our first super chat from Teresa Win. Thank you for the super chat, Teresa. She says, "Does no contact work for short but intimate relationship? Bipolar disorder, mom, emotional abuse, called cops." Okay, abuse, called cops. What do you mean? All before they to moved to where? Okay, moved out. His first girlfriend never took a girl home before me at 25. Okay. So you okay, make sure, and I understand with the super chat, I think there's a fixed amount of length, but because your question actually ended up confusing me more. But let me just try to give you, to the best of my ability, what I think you're saying. Okay. And I appreciate the super chat. Just try to, make your questions more clear. Okay. Because you abbreviated a lot of things, and it gets hard to understand. Okay. So for a short-term relationship, no contact is less effective. That's just the truth, because the longer time you spent with your ex, like over 3 months and beyond, then the more likely you were able to build a substantial relationship that they're going to remember. That's why when I get people who are afraid their ex is going to forget about them, if you've been together for any significant amount of time, people just do not forget you. So your ex is not going to forget about you. That is a guarantee. But if it's a shorter term relationship and you were only together for a month, but it was super passionate and super intimate, at least the passion and the intimacy can help drive you over the goalpost. Okay. But time is also a factor. His mom being bipolar, um, I don't think would directly affect his feelings for you. Maybe he's dealing with other things in the family, but the bigger thing is, what was the relationship like between the both of you? And you're saying he never took his first girlfriend home, so I'm guessing he introduced you to the family. That's what I'm getting out of that message, which is a good thing. That's a positive. But again, If your relationship was only for a month, that's easier for someone to get over and move on from. Okay. Your best bet is still no contact because there's no other solution. But to me, I got to be honest with you. It's more likely that this person is going to move on because you guys weren't together for long enough. Okay. Let's get to the next question. Where are we? Uh, hmm. Let's see here. Cynthia says, "What are your thoughts on a year-long contact involving children?" Okay, so again, I got to make assumption here. If you've been broken up for a year and you have kids together, all you can do is work together to help raise and nurture your children. Okay, that's all you can do because um a year of separation, that says a lot about where your ex is at. If they've been helping you raise the kids together and whatnot, but they still haven't even broached the subject of fixing things or working on the relationship, that says a lot. So to me, my honest opinion is I would not be waiting for anyone for a year. You need to start building um the fortitude to move on and move forward with your life. And I understand you have kids together, so it's harder. I'm sure you want to have a family, but I would not wait for anyone for a year. If he comes back, if he's apologetic and wanting to fix things, great. But do not put your life on hold for anyone at all. Okay, next we got a super chat from me and myself. And Ghost, thank you for the super chat. Question says, me and my ex broke up because we weren't intimate enough. Okay. And she doesn't like my personality. Now she blocked me on everything. I went to see her even if she didn't want to see me. So what should I do? So the first thing you have to understand is exes come back because they love you. Exes come back because they miss you, not because you're obsessed with them and chasing them. This is the most counterintuitive thing for most people because a lot of times, here's what I see. When your ex broke up with you or walked away, I get a lot of people who all of a sudden now you want to prove to your ex that you're a great catch. You want to go above and beyond. You want to show up at their house with flowers. You want to write poems and letters and profess your love. But what really brings your ex back is the absence of those things. For example, let's say Valentine's Day passes, and typically you would send your ex flowers and chocolates and all of these nice things. Well, when the Valentine's Day comes around again and they don't get these things, all of a sudden, guess who they're thinking about? They're thinking about the last person who would go above and beyond to make them happy, and that is you. So, again, especially when she's blocking you, she's not wanting to talk to you, the best way to get her attention is truly to disappear. Okay. She's blocked you everywhere. She's saying, I don't want to talk to you. And then you go show up at her place. Yourself on anyone. You don't force love on anyone. It's only going to turn her off. It's only going to make things worse. Final tip, and this is going to help the other folks in the chat. There's a difference between love and attraction. And but I truly, truly, if you understand this, then you can understand why no contact is so effective and what you should be doing. Okay. So love, when you're in love with someone and they're in love with you, there's a high level of intimacy, security, safety. That is your person. And that's what makes love long lasting. Action has more to do with the butterflies in the person. When you're still excited to get the person's attention or to get them to fall in love with you. Okay. And so after a breakup, you must lean into attraction. You're trying to attract your ex back to you. You're not trying to show them love and certainty. So going to her house, telling her I love you, all of that is a big mistake. What you need is uncertainty. What you need is mystery. That's what's going to draw her back to you. That's what's going to bring her to a place where she's open to falling in love again. And that's when you can start doing the going above and beyond, buying gifts and flowers and all that. Okay. So timing and sequence is everything. Okay. Timing is very important. So I say all that, me myself, thanks for your super chat, but do not reach out to her ever again. Wait for her to contact you first, and then you can escalate the communication slowly but surely. Okay. Thank you for the super chat. All right. Next question's from Victoria. Shout out to Victoria. That's another name I see all the time. Thank you for your support. And I appreciate everyone with the super chats and donations. Make sure you hit the like button. If you can send a super chat, that's the least you can do. Okay. Thank you. It really does mean a lot. And it does help push this out to more people. Okay. Thank you. Victoria says, I'm going to say, she's saying, I want to text my ex so bad, but I don't want to look like the beggar in the street. 100%. Begging someone who is telling you you're not good enough not only reduces your own self esteem, because guess who's watching you when you're chasing and begging? Yourself. Okay. So you're telling yourself, I don't deserve to be treated as a prize. I don't deserve to be treated well. So you're constantly aware of your mistreatment of yourself. Okay. So that makes you unattractive. And two, your ex, again, you treat them like a celebrity, they're going to treat you like a fan. They're going to take you for granted. I promise you. So you can't afford to do that. So be strong, stay the course. Do not reach out to them. Don't say a word. Be patient, and it will be well. You will get through this, Victoria. I'm Malik. I think I read a question from you, but let's see. Amalik says, wrote my ex a letter yesterday saying how I wanted to be to her, and that I'm waiting because I waited too long. I'm walking away because I waited too long. Okay. She replied she wants time to gather her thoughts, what to do. So you're still chasing. You're not even doing thing number one, which is no contact. A lot of you, so you think you can go against the grain. You think you can beg and chase and get your ex to still love you. Guess what? Look at what she told you when you did that. I'm not sure. You can't force yourself on anyone, I promise you. As much as you love her, the best thing that you can do is to give her the space. Miss you. If it's her idea, if she feels the one reaching out to you, she's the one chasing you, guess what she's going to do? She's going to put in more effort. Okay, so I'm Malik. I wouldn't have sent the letter. And for those of you who haven't already, do not send your ex a letter. It's needy, it's desperate, and most times you're going to get mistreated. I promise you. How do I know? I've coached a lot of people. And I tell them stay no contact. They watch something online, and after 30 days, they send a letter, and they get ignored in most cases. All right, let's do the next super chat. All right, next super chat is Teresa. Said it was 2 months. Okay, he never met someone like me and won't and said no one. Oh man, no one has for him as I helped him prep to move country big time. It got very deep. Witness his mom be abusive and cause chaos during the move. Okay, so it did experience a lot of trauma and things together that can strengthen the bond of a relationship. That can, but 2 months is an extremely short time to build a very strong bond. So Teresa, you're in one of those cases where you didn't get to the 3 month mark, so I wouldn't say it's hopeless, but to me, it's less likely than the average long term relationship. I still have to consider yours a short term relationship. You went through a lot together, which is positive, but you just didn't have enough time to really strengthen those bonds, in my opinion. But I would give him space and see if he reaches out to you on his own. Okay. Thank you for the super chat. Did I miss anyone? Okay. Next one. These are coming quick. Hey, coach, I have an on and off with a girl I really care about. I'm avoidant. She's anxious. Okay. Recently broke up again and she got back with the same rebound from the first breakup. Any advice? So, who's the one that's constantly walking away? Because if you're the avoidant one, I'm gonna guess you're so are you the one that initiated the breakup? And then after you did, she got back with the old rebound. If that's the case, my opinion is that again, she likely has a stronger connection with you, but that person is always staying in backup mode. And so obviously she, you know, is going to them because it's convenient, it's comfortable, and so that's likely what happened. So to me, I wouldn't necessarily consider that person a threat if you're the one that broke up with her. But the question is, what do you want at this point? All right. Because if you're constantly running away as soon as she gets closer, then now you're just putting her on a hamster wheel, which is not fair to her. Okay. But I wouldn't consider this guy a threat if you were the one that broke up with her. And she probably still has feelings with you. For you, it's just convenient to date this other dude. Isabella with the super chat. My ex, the dumper, tells me move on and also tells me he wants me in his life. He continues to contact me and wants to see me. What does that mean? Well, that sounds like he's giving you breadcrumbs. He doesn't want a commitment, obviously. So he's not willing to give you a title, but he's willing to string you along as long as you're willing to go for the ride. So you're in one of those situations where you have to deprive him of your energy, still has a desire to be around you. If he didn't, you wouldn't hear from him. So you got to make him make a decision. What is more hurtful, being without you or being in a relationship with you? But you can't allow him to be in this limbo phase where he gets to be with you without the title because that's just hurting you emotionally. So you have some leverage because he's still asking to see you. But if I was in your shoes, I would set a very strong boundary and say, I can't do the in between. So if you want me to move on, that's what I'm going to have to do. But stop contacting me, right? And still asking to be in my life when you know I want to be in a relationship. I don't want to be in the in between. I'm not interested in that. So if that's what you want, stop contacting me. That's what I would say. Thank you for the super chat and the questions. Make sure you hit the like button if you haven't already. There was another super chat, or maybe that's a sticker from Gene. Thank you, Gene, for the donation. And also thank you to um, Matt Matt Cobb. Thank you for the super chat. Okay. If I butchered the name, I apologize. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, let's go to the next question. Let's go to the next question from a non super chat person. Let's see here. We got Praise and Poise. Praise and Poise says, hey, so I was a little crazy after my breakup with my ex. What does that mean? I felt like he used me for sex and I demanded answers even though I broke up with him. Huh. Will he come back one day? Men usually come back. So my question to you is, what does you were a little bit crazy mean? What does that mean? See, this is the thing that I tell people to do. You do not want to make the barrier or the hurdle to your ex coming back. You don't want to make it too high by saying or doing extremely unattractive things at the time of the breakup. And so if you were throwing tantrums, calling people that weren't involved, family members, and you did things that would make your ex call you crazy. Well, now you're making it more difficult for them to come back. Why? Because they're always going to remember how things ended the last time. And he's going to be thinking to himself, why would I want to come back if when I do, I'm going to go through hell again? Okay, so I can't say if he's gonna come back. That's one of the cases where I would need more details on what you mean by a little crazy. And also, secondly, you're the one that dumped him, right? Because you felt used and abused. So, what about him makes you want to go back? Obviously, you dumped him for a reason. Um, so, what is making you interested in going back to potentially fix things with him? Ali with the super chat donation, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for your support. It means a lot. Let's see. I already did one from Scapati. Let's see. Uh, I do Angela Beliza. Dated a year. He's a realtor. Started a business hiring women on his team. Okay. I told him I'm having a hard time with him working so closely with other women. We broke up in December. No contact since March 1st. Okay. That's good. Obviously, there's got to be some communication around expectations. Like, what would make you feel comfortable with the women he's working with? Is there a scenario, for instance, if he brought you around his coworkers or he introduced you as his girlfriend, would that be sufficient? Because I know some industries, okay, um that is a tactic. And I think there's a lot of realtors that are women, and maybe they're more financially successful. I don't know the numbers. So if there's a business case for why he has to hire all these women, as long as he's communicating that with you and you can set boundaries and expectations, would that work for you? So that sounds like a little bit of a communication issue. So it sounds like he decided to end things, broke up in December. We broke, so you're not telling me who broke up. And then you stayed in contact, which you shouldn't have, but you're in no contact since March 1st. So it's been about 3 weeks, no contact. Good. Let's see if he comes crawling back after you give him space. But obviously, there's still a lot of information I'm missing. That's one of the cases where, sounds like more of a communication issue. But the fact that he was just willing to walk away, if he's the dumper, that says a lot about where he's at commitment wise. But clearly, there's some communication that you guys do have to work on. But I would stay no contact for now, for sure. But if he does contact you, you guys have some deeper talks that need to happen. Sassy Classy 40 says, thanks for answering. Oh, uh, how does no contact really work? And thanks for answering that question. I was wondering, how does no contact really work, and does it really help? Of course it helps. There's a reason why a majority of the breakup or relationship people, there's a reason why people talk about no contact. And basically, it's because the quickest way to get someone else's attention is to remove your own. Truthfully, people love and appreciate things that are scarce, right? It's human nature to know that scarcity creates value. So we understand when something is rare, we should cherish and appreciate and value that said thing more. And so, how no contact works typically, when you remove yourself from the equation, when you remove your energy from your ex, you're not talking or calling or texting them, typically they notice your absence. And think about it, if you just spent the last year or 6 months talking every single day or every other day, seeing each other all the time, hanging out together, going on dates, having sex, meeting each other's family. Typically, when you pull away completely, after a while, they will notice in most cases. I get a lot of success stories all the time. Thank you. This works because it just does. No contact is extremely effective, and it's the best strategy by far to reattract someone to you when they pull away. Is to do nothing. It's to just let go, right? And you're going to be having that anxiety internally. You're going to be feeling the need to do something to get your ex's attention, to try to fix things. That's totally normal, but you have to resist that temptation, truthfully. Okay, make sure you hit the like button if you haven't already. We got the next super chat from China Doll. Thank you for your donation. She says, a month of consistent communication and then breadcrumbs and mind games. I've been no contact for a month and a half and changed my number. I think he's a narcissist because the questions he asks line up with that behavior. Am I overreacting? The only thing that I would have done differently, unless you had to, did you like, was there a specific purpose for you changing your number? That's the only question I have. So typically, what happens and what it sounds like happened, and I'm going to make some assumptions because we're only summarizing the whole scenario. But usually, what I see with a lot of the folks that I talk to is that you go back to communicating with your ex too quickly. So when you tell me a month of consistent communication, what does that mean? Because I say this all the time, relationships are built in person, not over the phone. And so if you're consistently talking to him every single day when there's no commitment, there's no expectations, there's no title, there's no label, but you guys are texting, you have texts flying back and forth every single day. Hey, good morning. How's your day? How's work? Right? You're making him extremely comfortable. And remember, like we were talking about earlier, when you remove energy and your ex experiences the loss, that's what brings them back. So even when they come back, you need to be moving very slow. You need to be always a step behind them and let them be doing the initiation. Let them be driving the communication. And if they are, let's assume, okay, well, he's the one that's texting me all the time. Great. Is he asking to see you? If he's not asking to see you, especially a man, men are visual creatures. If your ex comes back after no contact, right, for the ladies, and he's never asking to see you, well, he's breadcrumbing you. He's wasting your time. So you need to try to figure that out as quickly as possible. Understand what his intentions are. If he's not asking to see you, you can suggest getting together one time after you've given him a little bit of time. And we can get into that. If you need coaching, we can talk about how to actually lay these things out, right? But it's a very similar process, depending on what your ex is doing. But what I recommend is if you've given him some time to initiate a date or a get together and he doesn't, you can suggest it one time. And if he doesn't accept, that's the last time that you do it. And you can see where things go from there. Okay. So, generally speaking, I don't think you overreacted. I would be in no contact. That's perfect. I can't say if he's a narcissist. One, I'm not a doctor and I don't know him enough. So, I would say everything else you're doing right. It's textbook to go no contact at this point. But my only question is, why did you change the number? Was there a strategic reason, or was he blowing up your phone? Was he harassing you? Like what exactly is the reason the for changing your number? Thank you for the super chat, by the way. Okay. Who else have answered? Okay, next question from Shetty Anikwe. My ex always views my status but never replies to it. I'm currently in no contact with her. Do you think it's better I block her from viewing my status for her to see me? We've been together for 5 years. You didn't say how long you've been in no contact because sometimes all you need is just to be patient. But look at this statement right here. When I read this statement, I already know you're totally in a scarcity mindset. You're afraid. You're trying to force things. Look at this right here. You said, is it better for me to block her from viewing my status for her to miss me? See, you're still trying to control things. You're still trying to make things happen instead of just letting go. Okay, so if she's watching your story, obviously she's curious about you. She's wondering about you. But if you're wanting to block her, that I would guess you're likely posting a lot, which you shouldn't be, because you're still attention seeking. You're still trying to get validation from your ex, which shouldn't be, by the way. So you're still doing too much. I wouldn't block if I were you. I would just stop posting all the time. Stop posting, retreat, get back in no contact, and wait for her to reach out to you. That's what I would do. Just Blazing 94 says, broke up 12/10. Is that December 10th or October 12th? Because I'm not sure what country you're from. 7-year relationship. Last week, she told me she would get back with me, but it's the easy way out of her personal growth. Huh. We broke up because we were together every day and I emotionally neglected her. What's your question? What's your question for me, bro? Grish Kumar says, hey, my ex dumped me, went back to her ex from, uh, okay, went back to her ex. Since then, we have been best friends for almost 8 months. That's a huge mistake. I would never do that. She recently confessed that she is in a relationship with her ex. What should I do? How do I get her back? See, you're still in the, so you as well, Grish, you're in the approval seeking mindset. This is someone that's telling you you're not good enough, but not only that, she replaced you with the ex. All right. And so now you were her friend. You were her fake friend for 8 months, which you shouldn't have done. And I'm not trying to put you down. Okay. This is a mistake you make, and that's okay. But this is for the other people who are thinking about doing the same thing. Do not falsely be friends with your ex, because at the end of the day, you're just hurting yourself. As you can see, Grish obviously still has feelings for his ex, and he would still get back with her if she would allow it. But you just wasted 8 months of your life on a fake friendship when you should have walked away immediately. So now to add insult to injury, she's telling you, well, now I got a new boyfriend who's the ex. And you know what's likely going to happen? He's going to tell her to stop talking to you at some point. So sooner or later, you're going to end up in the same place. Okay. So there's nothing for you to do. Like you saying, how do I get her back? Stop trying to seek her approval. Tell her, hey, I can't be friends with you anymore. I shouldn't have done so in the first place. You should go ahead and focus on your relationship. And what to surprise you, maybe she'll have an instant reaction. She'll say, wait, let's talk about this. Why can't we be friends? Which you still shouldn't accept, by the way. But yeah, there you go. Uh, I need a drink. I need water. Let's see here. Next question is from Yamileth. Yamileth. Um, I have a question about there's okay. What are you saying? There's an ex-wife. Okay, there's an ex-wife that still wants my ex. Okay, so your ex has another ex who was his wife. Okay, and she keeps manipulating him and harassing, and she uses his daughter as a pawn. Him. How do I keep her away from us because she's crazy? Well, that's really on your ex that wants my ex. Well, now he's your ex as well. So you're not keeping him away from us. He dumped you. That's what it sounds like, because you just called him your ex. So you should be in no contact instead of trying to get in between him and his ex and their daughter. Okay. Now he might be calling you and feeding you lies and stories, but if he's dumped you and you don't have a title or a relationship, you should be in no contact. Okay. So you don't keep her away, you keep yourself away. Let him be the one calling you, like, where have you been? What are you doing? Can we talk? You know? So you're still going about things wrong. You know, there you go. What's the next question? Haven't answered. Alex Gage. Alex Gage says, what do I do when my ex almost loses her job, says we need to take a step back? I do not contact for 3 weeks. She texts to meet up and breaks up with me. but then text me like nothing happened. Well, maybe you need some clarity, right? Because if you're dumped, then she shouldn't get to just text you whenever she wants. And if she does, take your time, respond to her later, get back to her hours later and say, hey, you asked for us to be over, and I'm respecting your decision. And I don't understand why you keep texting me all the time with no intentions. What do you want? Right? If she doesn't leave you alone. But, don't prioritize her. Minimize your text messages to her. It's likely too soon to fix things anyway. You've only been in no contact for 3 weeks. But typically, you should be trying to get together if she's texting you. But my guess is she's just breadcrumbing you. She likes the attention. So I would create more distance for now, and see what she does or says. Oh, yeah, we're far behind. I'm going to scoot to the front. Uh, Leezy Be Easy says, my question is, does no contact work? No contact always works, always. And let me tell you why. Two things that no contact does. One, it helps you. Okay, you got to realize this whole thing, and I did make a video about this, and it's true. And I called it the last no contact video you have to watch. And the reason I called it that is because some people don't recognize that this whole journey is about you. You. It's not just about your ex. And when you start acting, okay, like someone who deserves to be treated well, most of what no contact is just a statement of self respect. When someone walks away from you, you walk away from them. Someone's not a hell yeah about you, someone's not excited about you, then you walk away from them. All right. They don't get your love and affection. Can you guys hear me? Okay, the chat is still going. Looks like we're still live, but go ahead. Someone drop a comment. Let me make sure you can hear me. Okay. Looks like we're good, but just say we hear you. Okay. But back to your question. So it's a statement of self-respect. Okay. You gotta recognize that. So it's not about pleasing your ex, it's not about chasing them, it's about them, it's about you saying, if you don't choose me, I don't choose you. You think you're too good for me? Guess what? I can do awesome by myself without you. So that's step one. No contact helps you rebuild your self esteem. And two, in most cases, like I said, when you walk away, people who actually cared about you notice your absence. People who actually cared about you notice your absence. Oh, Isabella says she couldn't hear my super chat. Where was her question? Ah, it's happening again. Okay. Ah, there it is. Okay, so you guys can hear me now. Okay. All right, so let's find Isabella's question. Jeez. All right, well, we're back. All right, so Isabella's question. So we're gonna redo your question. Anyone else who gave a super chat? If you didn't hear my answer, go ahead and drop it now so I know. Just say like she did, and I'll answer your question. So Isabella's super chat again was, my ex, the dumper, tells me to move on, and also tells me he wants me in his life. He continues to contact me and wants to see me. What does this mean? So Isabella, that means he wants to eat his cake and have it. Okay. He wants to have access to you, which is a good thing. That shows that obviously he notices your absence in his life, and he wants to have you around. He wants to keep you around, but he wants to do so without the commitment. So if I was in your shoes, I would set a firmer boundary and say, hey, you're asking me to move on. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to be friends with you. You don't get to call and talk to me whenever you want without us actually working on our relationship. And so, if this is what you're opting for, this is what you're choosing, then I have to respect your decision. And I'll ask that you respect my boundary and stop contacting me unless you want to work on our relationship. That's what I would do. But it does mean it's a positive, right? Because he notices your absence when you're gone. Okay? He doesn't want to be without you. So that's a good thing. What's the stream schedule? So it's currently Mondays and Wednesdays at 9:30. But at some point maybe we'll have every day on YouTube. I like this. Tired of talking. I'm talking every day to someone, coaching people every single day. There you go. So, Isabella, he's trying to breadcrumb you. He's trying to keep you around because he notices your absence, but he doesn't want to commit. And so you shouldn't accept that. Okay. Not at all. Brando. So someone, Brando put his cash app. Okay. Brando, if anyone has it on their heart to support to make a donation to Brando, there's his cash app right there in the chat. Okay, there you go. But Brando, I hope you're working on yourself. Right, this whole journey, like we talk about, is about self improvement. So make sure you're doing things to improve your situation. So maybe you need to be looking for a new job. I don't know exactly what you're going through, Brando, or so, but there you go. Make sure you're working on yourself through this thing. Okay. So we're going to be doing random shuffle now. If you guys missed me at a certain point and my audio was bad, apologize. Okay. It's been one of those days, I guess, for the stream. It's been one of those days. All right. Let's see. Next question is from, I don't think I've answered, Stefan. Can you talk about rebounds? And it seems she's actually happy with him and planning a future with him. Only found him a week after we broke up. Well, two things with that. Okay. If she just found him, I'm not sure how long they've been together, but keep in mind the rebound also has to run its course. Okay. Maybe if they just started dating, rebounds typically last, close to 6 months. So if they just started dating and everything is still exciting and happy, that's what we call limerence. You might have not heard of the term limerence, but that's that feeling that you typically get when a relationship first starts and everything's exciting and you're happy and they're posting each other. If she never took the time after the breakup to just be alone in her thoughts by herself, likely that relationship is still going to crash and burn. It was too soon. Okay. But so just because they look happy today doesn't mean they're going to be happy in a month from now or 6 months from now. I'm not telling you to sit and wait for her, but that's just the truth. Okay. Let's see here. John Lee says, I'm 6 weeks in, no contact. Just last week she blocked me on Insta. And today she deleted another Insta account we had started together. It is more likely that this is an emotional response, or it's more likely to be an emotional response, in my opinion. Okay. Trust me, I coach a lot of women too. And, the things that they think about doing to get their ex's attention, a lot of times I got to tell them, stop, don't do it. But again, a lot of those things are things that she knows that you're going to notice, which you did, by the way. And so that's likely an emotional reaction to you not reaching out to her, which is good. She's moving in the right direction. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm all talked out. All right, let's do a couple more questions and we're going to call it a night. Thank you all. Okay. If you asked a question and I attempted to answer your question when my audio was breaking out, drop your question again really quickly. Okay. I appreciate you guys for sticking with me. Sounds like today was just one of those days with the audio, but there you go. What can you do? Right? Let's see here. Yeah, gotta make sure. Richie Myers. Let's do Richie Myers, and then we got super chat. Richie Myers says, "How long should you wait for an ex to contact you before you give up hope?" Okay, now I know a lot of the messages and things that we talk about are hopeful. It is a hopeful message because one, I'm a very positive person, and I have seen exes come back a lot of times. But I gotta say this to you: you're not giving up hope. You're giving in on allowing things to happen as they should. Right. This is why I always recommend the book Letting Go. I don't even know, well, I know the author is David Hawkins, but I don't know him personally, because part of the process is learning to accept things as they are. So I don't want you to, it's not about giving up hope, it's giving up control. Understanding you can't make anyone love you, okay? And you can't force anyone to change their mind about you. So you let go as early as possible. This is not easy to do, all right? But this is where working on yourself, spending time with friends and family, that will help you emotionally detach. When you detach from your ex, you have no expectations. You allow them to show up as they will, and you show up as your best version. And if they don't choose you, it's their loss. And you truly wish them well. You truly wish them well, right? But you're not tied or fixated to begging them to take you back. And that happens on day one. So I want you to give in from day one, not give up. I want you to give in from day one and move forward with your life, whether they come back or not. Ali says, and thank you for the super chat, Ali. Ali says, breakup was my fault. He said, I don't chase, I replace. I said, ew, I'm blocking and deleting you. Transfer of energy, or did I really blow this? Can I still do the trend? Oh, Ali. Okay, we talked. I remember you. Okay. Breakup was my fault. Yes, I remember that. He said, I don't chase, I replace. Okay, aren't you still doing it? Yeah, I don't see why not, because of, yeah, based on our conversation, I don't see why you shouldn't do that. Because again, based on everything that you shared with me that you did for it to cause the breakup, yeah, I like the idea, and I think it's a fun way to try to make things right. Now, if you've talked to him since our coaching session, that's a different, that's what I'm not clear on. Did you talk to him again and he said something to you, and then maybe we need to re-strategize? That's the only thing I'm not clear on, Allie. Um, this is from Donnie Valentino with the super chat. There's no attachment styles, especially if you didn't cry or beg after breakup. Yes, yes, yes. No contact can still work for an avoidant ex. It's just the pace at which they come back can be different, and how they reach out to you can be different. Now, I do say this: if there's any time to show emotion, it's when the breakup initially happens. So if you ever deal with the breakup again in the future, it's okay to say, hey, I don't want this to end. I love you. I care about you. I think we would make a great relationship together. I think this is a mistake. I think we're ending things too quickly. It's okay to say that at the time of the breakup, but after that, it's okay to just, walk away. But just because your ex is an avoidant, a lot of people act like avoidants don't have emotions or feelings. Avoidants are still seeking relationships. That is 100% the truth. Avoidants still seek relationship. And so when you walk away, most times, what made them leave in the first place was a fear of closeness, right? You were starting to have higher expectations of them, and then they got scared and they ran away. So what would typically happen is that they recognize, or they feel like they have their freedom again, and they understand that you respect their boundaries, right? And a lot of times they reach back out. The key though is, if you're going to date an avoidant long term, well, that person's going to have to want to be in a long term relationship. They have to want to work on they have to want to work on fixing themselves and becoming secure, right? So if they're not a secure attacher and they never do the work on themselves to get to a place where they're more secure and not avoidant anymore, hard to keep and build and nurture a relationship. It's going to be impossible. Attachment styles can change over time. So someone can go from being an avoidant to being a securely attached person, but it takes intentionality and it takes work. Okay. So no contact is the answer to start. Okay. But how you handle an avoidant afterward. Oh, lost audio. Lost. Can you guys hear me? Huh. All right. We're going to call it a night because we've had too many. Okay. Kinda. Yes. Okay. Yeah. We're going to night, guys. Oh my God. This has been a fun chat, but we're gonna figure out this internet thing, man. Oh my God, that's awful. Thank you all for your patience, though. I can't stress enough how much I appreciate it. Good night. Okay. Um, if you want to talk to me one on one, okay, quickest way to do so, click the link. You know, what, click the link in any of the videos on my channel and you can book a one-on-one. We're gonna figure out this internet thing, I promise. So this won't happen all the time, okay? Thank you all again. I appreciate it, and I'll catch you in the next live. We're definitely gonna be live again on Wednesday at 9:30. Okay, Wednesday, 9:30 p.m. Central. We're gonna be live again, I promise. So come in early. If you want to get your questions, come in early. Wednesday, 9:30 p.m. Central, and we can take care of your question. Thank you all. I love you all. I appreciate you, and I hope that you have an amazing rest of your day wherever you are, and a good night. Okay, peace. Later.